or pin? I just noticed the Slack channel.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah. I found that at my dad's house.
Nice.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think I have a stash of those somewhere.
I only had the one.
Oh, yeah?
But I have a bunch of the Working Designs pins. I have Lunar, and then I have a Silhouette Mirage.
Oh, man.
As well. Yeah. I found my Metal Gear Solid 1 dog tags.
Oh,
yeah, I still have those.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had those.
I have a bunch of things. I found like this custom Robo little... I don't even know what's in here.
Ah.
It's from Space World 99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have that.
Yeah. But anyway, hey, we're in the after show now. So,
oh my gosh.
Welcome to it. We're already live on the internet.
Are we?
Thank you very much for supporting the podcast at patreon.com/P1 podcast. Today, my dear friends, we are going to be talking about the movie Starship Troopers, the 1997 Paul Verhoeven flick based upon the Robert Heinlein book of the same name,
but not of the same plot.
Not of the same plot. Story. Right. Based upon loosely.
Perhaps. Paul Verhoeven famously said that he stopped reading the novel because he thought it was so terrible.
It was boring.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he made a
he made
his own movie kind of inspired by it.
He was in a book club, started reading the book, was bored by it, and said, "Is there a movie of this?" No, I'll make one. Yes. And of course, we started talking about Starship Troopers because the game from Arrowhead, Helldivers 2, is very much inspired by Starship Troopers. I think Helldivers 1 is also very much inspired by Starship Troopers. And that came out a long time ago on the Vita and came out on PlayStation 4 as well. I think it's even a PS3 game.
Oh, yeah.
But they made a sequel to it, and it's out on PlayStation 5 now and PC. And it has kind of taken over. It's kind of become a hit
real quick
on Steam and PS5.
Oppenheimer just got Best Picture.
Nice.
I still need to see that.
Of course, depending on when you're listening to this, whether it's because you're a patron or because this is in the free feed.
Yeah, you knew this already.
2 years ago, this may have happened.
2 years ago, Oppenheimer won Best Film.
Yeah. But we're not talking about the best picture. We're talking about Starship Troopers.
The even better picture.
Well, yeah. Famously on this show, I have professed my dislike for Starship Troopers because when I originally saw the film, I was expecting something different than what it was.
Well,
I think I was expecting
for what it's worth, the film was marketed as something that it really wasn't.
But that's true. Right. It was marketed as a straight up serious action flick.
Yeah.
And it is very clearly not that. And so I don't know if you remember this. Phil, were you at Sendai at this time in 1997 or were you in St. Louis? Was this if you had departed?
Well, I was never in St. Louis.
Were you in Missouri?
I was in Missouri.
Sorry.
I was in Columbia.
Right.
Columbus?
One of those.
I was at Mizzou. Well, I wasn't at Mizzou. I was living with Dana, who was at Mizzou.
Yeah. And when you worked at a video game magazine office like Sendai at the time, and movies came out like the Star Wars trilogy re-releases or the Lord of the Rings movies, oftentimes they would get tickets for the entire office to go to a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, that was the case with Starship Troopers as well.
Okay.
As well. This was one of the movies that, so I never actually paid to see Starship Troopers again. I guess.
In 97, I was still in Illinois.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So saw it with a bunch of pals from work, and I didn't like it. I thought it was a terrible movie.
Same,
because it was too hokey, and cheesy, and it wasn't a serious action movie. It wasn't an action movie. It was, but that was not what it was trying to be.
That is true.
It's just a satire of propaganda and fascism and all that good stuff. And at the time, I don't think I appreciate. All the time, I know I didn't appreciate that stuff.
Right.
I think it needs to be said that at the time, most people didn't appreciate that stuff.
That is true.
And apparently, it didn't do that well at the box office.
Right.
Apparently, and certainly not critically.
No.
Right.
And it was panned.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had good special effects.
Yeah, it had great special effects. I remember the trailer. One of the reasons why I wanted to see it is because of the big battles with bugs,
like
and
hundreds and thousands of bugs. Yeah.
It just looked cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty critically panned back in the day.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you hear that's not what it was trying to be, I would say at the time, I don't think anyone knew that until Paul Verhoeven said it.
Yeah.
I disagree, because I sure knew, because this movie ain't subtle. It is not subtle.
Well, no, it's not subtle. You're absolutely right. It's not. But
so when you went and watched it in the theater,
yes,
what message did you take away from it?
That it was a satire on fascism. That it was a satire on the propaganda stuff. I mean, again,
I did not know that
at the time. I loved RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
RoboCop, very clearly satirical.
Very clearly,
which also, do people take that as satirical?
Yeah,
often?
I think it was much more clear in RoboCop than it was in Starship Troopers.
Okay. I mean, I have certainly met and interacted, even in recent years, with people who don't understand that RoboCop is satire.
I assume that people don't.
There are definitely people, and not even dumb people, that I've talked to who are just like, "Oh, RoboCop, that's just like that cheesy action movie. That's just some dumb schlock." And it's just like, "Oh, no, come on."
Well, okay, I think so. Here's the thing, and here's the issue that I have with the discussion around Starship Troopers.
Okay,
because I did rewatch it for this.
Yeah,
I still think it's a terrible movie.
That's wild.
But
okay,
the issue that I have with the discussion around it is that for some reason, when you say I think it's a terrible movie, it's because you didn't get it.
Okay.
Just because it's meant to be satire doesn't mean it's good satire. You know what I mean? Like I would draw a comparison to say like The Room as an example. Sure, call it a black comedy all you want. Now with Tommy Wiseau, that was in retrospect, and that was after the movie was a failure. I don't think there's any honesty in that.
Not at all.
Label, but it's like you're calling it that, and it's somehow supposed to excuse that it's terrible, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie because I don't get it.
Right.
I think it's a bad movie because I think it's a bad movie. I get that it's supposed to be satire. I just think it's not very good at it. That's my whole position on that.
Okay.
It was marketed as just a straight action flick.
Yes, it was.
And I think that did it a major disservice. I think that a big part of understanding the satirical aspect of it is understanding Heinlein's book and what it was, because it's very, well, I'm going to say famously, it's not famously, and that's kind of my point, but the book has been labeled a fascist book.
Yeah.
It's very militaristic. It's very preachy in the 1950s about, hey, weird, how terrible kids are and how soft they are and how we're raising a terrible generation of people. It's weird because you never hear older generations say that about the younger generations ever. But,
Right.
and so Verhoeven went on record saying that that's what this book is. And Verhoeven, of course, came from, he lived through a Nazi occupation of his country, right? I mean, he's lived it, and he's very anti-fascist. And so it's like, well, I'm going to put the screws to this and give this an anti-fascist message.
Mm-hmm.
And I get all that, but I think that it would be ridiculous to assume that most people had any clue or had experienced or read the book that it was based on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think, unless you told them, they didn't even know it was based on a literary work. And I think that that's kind of where the movie as a satire fails. That's my feeling on it. And when you compare it to RoboCop,
right,
and I mean, yes, I get it. Like you watch like the propaganda pieces in the movie, obviously, when you've got the little kid stepping out going, I'm doing my part and all that. Like, obviously that's Verhoeven satire,
right?
Much in the vein of
soldiers giving
RoboCop.
the kids bullets to play with.
They're all standing there or stomping on roaches and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I get that. I absolutely understand that. But like, I think with RoboCop, like the difference is that it's still like the whole point of the corporate takeover of the public service and all that sort of thing in RoboCop. They name it and they address it in his character. He's a massively conflicted character. He's been done wrong in the name of corporate greed, and progress, to the point that he even vocalizes it near the end of the movie, where with sarcasm, when his partner, whose name is escaping me right now, Lewis, when she gets shot, and she says, "I'm a mess," and he makes that sarcastic comment where he says, "They'll fix you. They fix everything."
Yes.
Right. And still at the end of that movie, he comes in and he shoots the villain, and, the head of OCP, what's your name, son? Like, so you still get the message of corporate America. Like, they're not going to pay for this. One guy paid for it, but the head of the company's still alive, and he gets to have the funny line at the end of the movie, and the message is really clear, but still you're seeing the negative consequence of that in RoboCop, in the main character. In Starship Troopers, you don't see that. They all walk away arm in arm at the end of the movie, and everything's cool. And I think that's where it falls apart. You don't see if you look at it if you try to ground it in reality, yes, there's like a very negative message there, but none of the characters suffer the consequence of it at all.
Yeah, actually,
that's what gets me about the movie.
I'm gonna walk in and say I didn't even get the negative message when I saw it in 1997. I don't even think I necessarily get the negative message now, even though I know it's supposed to
exist.
But because they walk away arm in arm and also ready to fight more bugs, they've learned nothing.
Right.
There's been no advancement in any of these characters. Even when you have Neil Patrick Harris saying that the brain bug is scared or whatever, they are happy about that. There's no search for truth. There's no discovery that they've been lied to. And even one of the scenes that I thought was so interesting is, when Denise Richards and God, I forget
Xander
her name. Xander, when they're on the ship and the what's her name, Commander, was like, somebody made a big mistake, and all the ships up there are like crashing into each other and messing around. They just like laugh that off, like, oh, like we don't have to get to the bottom of that, like why all this happened. Like it's fine, and we're gonna be here next week, and we're gonna get those bugs. Like, there's no advancement, there's no lesson, there's
the thing about
no nothing.
there is a lesson though.
What's
and
the lesson?
No, the lesson comes from
the lesson is Denise Richards is a better pilot than the other ships. And that's the lesson. Comes
from we are introduced to this world, and the world we are introduced to is a heavily militaristic society where the only people who have any rights whatsoever are people who serve in the military.
Yeah.
That's Johnny's whole thing is that
you have to be rich.
He comes from a rich family, and he decides to reject that because he wants to have those rights as a citizen. So he
wants the girl.
He wants
the girl. That's the only reason.
But
that's what makes
he
him
sells it to
character.
his parents as I want to do my part.
Yes. He doesn't say he wants his rights as a citizen, though, does he, to them? Because technically, if they're in the upper class, he would already have
some point.
Yeah. He's that's how because that's how he sells it to his dad is.
Yeah,
but his dad never buys it.
But it doesn't matter if his dad buys it.
He never does it. That's
his reason for doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason he gives.
His parents see through it.
Yeah.
His dad sees through it and says that he's following that silly girl.
And the message of Starship Troopers is that fascism is bad. We all know that.
Only to the viewer. Yeah.
Yes.
To the viewer, because nobody in the
like,
film has figured that out.
Again, I guess I feel like if we'd only seen, because you make a really good point, the citizenship thing, right?
Yeah.
But the only non-citizens we see,
right,
outside of the school kids,
right.
So I mean, and most of them go. The characters we care about join the military. The characters we follow or join the military.
Yeah.
The only non-citizens we see are his two rich parents. Hey, look, life doesn't look too bad for them.
No.
And see, that's
until they
to me that's
incinerated.
Well, okay, yeah, but they're incinerated.
Here's my other question about that.
A bunch of citizens were incinerated too. That's not a like, oh, I'm a citizen, so I survived kind of thing. Or maybe it was. You know what? Show us that. That's what I'm saying. Where the movie fails in that.
Actually, I have a question
that we see. They're rich. They're happy.
I'm going to circle back to Buenos Aires first, because this made me think about this. I think I read something online about this. Is the Buenos Aires attack real?
That's a really interesting theory.
Are the people that he is talking to on the AT&T phone, by the way, the only product placement that I saw in the movie is the AT&T video call, was that real? Because if you'll remember, like the last interaction he has with his dad is very contentious. And then when they're talking on the phone, his dad is like, "Where's your uniform? I want to see your uniform." When before he was all like, hate the military, like you are not going to do this. Like it's a very like odd change of tone. And were they like actors that were hired to play his parents?
Oh, I don't know
video
about that.
call.
I think that.
Was it somehow faked or
I think it was more of a turn of like for the sake of maintaining the relationship with his son.
Yeah.
It's like he that's the way I read it. He made his point. He doesn't agree with it, but it happened now.
Or was it
he's
now,
supporting him?
Now that all of the troops that are on these ships are maybe questioning their service because they've just gone through a loss.
Sure.
We have to make sure that they stick with the program. So we're going to make them think that Earth has been attacked and all of the people you've loved are dead.
Well, Earth
so you're just attacked. Going to fight. What?
Well, sorry. Go ahead.
The kind of, theory, it's certainly not stated in the movie, but there is a theory that the Buenos Aires attack is a false flag. That the Earth government essentially dropped its own asteroid.
Right.
Because, and they show at the beginning of the movie, the bug planet, complete opposite side of the galaxy.
Yeah.
The reality of the bugs being able to launch an asteroid with
Seems a
any
little
sort
bit
of precision
Yeah.
would be highly improbable, not to mention the amount of time it would take for...
I mean, not to mention the bugs that fire lasers out of their butts don't seem to hit all. I mean, they only hit some ships because a lot of those bugs were firing things
right?
into,
And
into space.
that's another kind of adding fuel to that fire of did the Earth government attack
I think that's
the planet?
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Like
in order to
and
justify an invasion of this planet.
Right.
And see, that's, to me, that's the thing, is because they don't even hint at that possibility in any way in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a great theory and it's really fascinating. And I think even someone showing some sort of doubt somewhere, even if it was his parents, saying it would have done so much for the movie. Because right now that theory is great, but it's a theory that's been built in retrospect.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say his parents were actors, but I do think that the theory that even all the meteorites being thrown at the Earth, who knows how many of them actually exist?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, is that something that the government has made up? And absolutely, it could be that they destroyed Buenos Aires as a rallying cry, as a false flag to finally get people riled up enough to invade the planet.
Yeah. Right.
And there might be, and I think actually the book might even hint at this, but I'm not sure because I've never read it. I'm only going off of notes that I've read online in preparation for this, because there were actually 2 alien races in the book. Or maybe that one was androids or something, I forget. But either way, like, could it be that it's just a resource hunt by the humans, by the human government?
No.
And they've had to paint these creatures as malicious.
Right.
Is this a we're the baddies situation?
Right.
And
are
we the baddies?
If there was even a hint,
nobody
of that
questions
in the film,
it though.
Even a
nobody
hint
is asking that.
The hint of that is at the end when Doogie Howser walks out in a damn Nazi uniform. That's not a hint. That is
no, it's not. No one's saying
we are the bad guys.
Sure. No, but he doesn't think that.
What I'm saying is, as stupid
Nobody
as
in
this
the
is
film.
going to sound,
it doesn't matter if Doogie Howser realizes it. What matters is that the audience realizes that. So
but what I'm saying is the audience
characters is in a damn Nazi uniform. That's when the audience says, maybe
hold
we're
on
the bad
guys. A second. Let's pause on that because
this
I want to
amplify.
I want to amplify what you're saying here because I don't think a lot of people would get that. I certainly didn't get it. I don't get it now. Really,
it's a Nazi
I mean, I know
uniform,
right? But
that's what you get.
We see a lot of sort of fascist thinking in the U.S., like nationalism, patriotism, etc. Like, and people don't think they are doing wrong or whatever. And this movie, I think, isn't painting. I mean, yes, me, you, Greg, watching it may think, "Oh man, fascism is bad," but for a lot of the population, they look at it like, "Yes, let's kill those bugs." The only good bug is a dead bug.
Starship Troopers.
And they've made 3 sequels to this movie that I'm not sure how
but
you don't count those. Those are not.
You make garbage sequels. Whatever.
Well,
I know. I loved Bloodsport. That movie sucked. They made a bunch of sequels to that movie too. That doesn't really mean anything for the original movie, but
right.
Starship Troopers is a wildly cynical, angry movie. It is a cynical,
I don't get that at
movie. It does not have faith in humanity. It does not have faith in government. It does not have faith that we as a species can do better. That is why the movie ends with these kids who got sucked into a military grinder, walking off smiling. That's why it ends with Doogie Howser in a Nazi uniform and everyone cheering at the intelligent bug that they have captured and have terrified after they invaded its homeworld. It is an angry, cynical movie.
I don't agree.
See that
I don't agree. I think it all comes down to who is watching the movie and taking in the content. You, me, Greg may take it as that. Somebody who doesn't think like we are not. They're not going to get that message from this. I don't think they're going to be like,
lack of media literacy does not. This is what confuses me. It's yes, felt we understand it.
I felt like, Rico ready to walk out because he led to the death of one of the soldiers. Like, right. I thought that was he's dealing with consequences.
Right.
He doesn't deal with consequences really at any other time unless he's chasing karma.
My thing with his character, and I think it was a massively missed opportunity, is that the whole idea, Rico is a tragic character because basically his humanity dies by the end of the movie. Right. I get that. Right. And what you just described is exactly how that's portrayed. He went into the military for the wrong reasons. Yeah. And he's stuck into a war he doesn't want to be in, or he shouldn't be in.
Right.
When he takes the blame for getting his fellow recruit killed and he's ready to leave. And that shows a lot of empathy on his part. But then all of a sudden he turns into this after he has his first mission, and Ratchik, how do you say his name?
Yeah.
Razchek. Anyway, Michael Ironside. Yeah. He's killed and he takes over the unit, you know, and I mean, you look at it, it's like, yeah, okay, so he definitely had a journey for sure.
Right.
His humanity's gone and he's just a military robot by the end of the movie. Yeah. I get it. But it doesn't come across as a consequence. It's too subtle.
Correct.
It's just way too subtle. He's not in a worse place that's easy to see by the end of the movie. He's walking away smiling.
I mean, like I said, it is
they were victorious over the bugs. It's treated as a victory. It's not treated as a
again. He walks out in a Nazi uniform.
Well, no, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Rico doesn't.
I mean,
Doogie Howser, you know who I meant.
Yeah, but I just think, honestly, but see, I guess that goes back to the other element of it where the movie is so poorly acted. It is poorly acted. And I have heard the arguments about how that's on purpose. I don't buy that for a second, personally. They've just got shitty. I don't know. I can't speak to why Neil Patrick Harris is so bad in it, but they've got shitty actors. They hired shitty actors.
My thought here is that Verhoeven is not a great director of
that. I think is another thing that I think we gloss over a lot. Verhoeven, I think, has way more misses than hits.
Hollow Man. Have you seen
resume.
Hollow Man?
But
terrible movie.
But the ham-fisted Nazi uniform, it just comes off as, to me, it always came off as another piece of a terrible movie.
And now it's ham-fisted. It's simultaneously too subtle and ham-fisted.
It's ham-fisted in that
it's too subtle for the audience to get, but boy,
it looks like a low-budget television show.
No,
and the message gets lost.
You don't trot out a hero at the end of the movie in a Nazi uniform.
A hero, by the way, who's been completely missing from the movie for 90% of the runtime.
Yeah, well, because he's off in the science division. He's researching.
See, I'm just saying. Are
we saying that he's a hero?
The whole message is hung on the fact that he's wearing a Nazi-looking uniform.
Yes,
it's not enough.
Are we saying that Doogie Howser is the hero?
Yeah, he's painted as a hero. He's the one who puts his hand on the vagina bug and says it's scared.
He's the one who right. He's communicates. He's the one who figures out that we are defeating them.
But he's not a hero.
No, he's not. That's the satire.
Oh.
It's oh my gosh. You get it, but you refuse to get that you get it. That's what confuses
that's the
me.
point I was making before. I do get it. And that's what's made me so sick of hearing that I don't get it because I don't like the movie. I don't like the movie because I get it and I think it's a bad movie. Not I don't like the movie because I don't get the movie. I get it.
Yeah.
It is definitely
but I don't think it's I think you need to admit that most people in 1997 did not get it.
Oh no, they didn't.
Correct.
Yeah. They
Which
didn't.
I would
because-
imagine
which I
that
think
most
speaks
people,
to-
even if watched now, wouldn't get it.
Which I think speaks to the fact, again, that I think it's poorly done. If most people didn't get it, then you failed.
I don't agree with that.
I know you don't, but
I
I'm
do
just
agree with
saying that's always been my position on it.
Yeah.
Is again, and through the years, it's been so frustrating. Anytime it comes up, if you're the one who decides to say, "I didn't like that movie," oh well, it just went over your head. No, I got it.
Yeah.
It just sucked.
Let me jump in here because we probably want to wrap this up pretty soon. But I want to say that I did like the movie this time. I actually turned around on it completely. And,
Oh, really?
Wait, what?
yeah,
Well, because
in fact,
now it's a prequel to Helldivers too. So
it's a prequel
I
to
see.
Helldivers. No, but the funny thing about it, to me anyway, is Helldivers 2 to me is sort of the perfect distillation of the humor of the over the topness of this propaganda. Like the lines that are in Helldivers 2 are just so militaristic and over the top to it's taken to a ridiculous point, like where it is obviously humor. In Starship Troopers, it never gets to that point. It never quite achieves that. But to me, having played a lot of Helldivers 2 and heard a lot of this stuff and watched the marketing of it, and I've enjoyed that because to me, it is bringing out that humor. And so now watching Starship Troopers with that kind of in my mind, I now see the propaganda films that are in Starship Troopers as being funny and as being over the top. But to me, without the framing of Helldivers 2, I wouldn't have seen it. I don't think I don't think I would enjoy it.
It is absolutely wild to me. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it more this time.
I did, but I also think the acting is bad. And I'm not even sure the actors here are in on the joke. Like if there was,
I don't think they are.
If this is we're making a satire,
and you know
Casper
what,
Van Dien thought he was very headstrong in thinking he was making a war movie.
Yeah,
I think Phil's right. Like your guess is correct. I don't think the actors were in on it, and I think to a degree that was intentional. I think it was a poor choice.
I think
also they picked bad actors.
I think Michael Ironside is in on it.
Sure.
I think Clancy Brown is in on it.
Michael Ironside's also playing the character he plays every time.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, he's playing Michael Ironside, which is fine. I love Michael Ironside. He's great.
Yeah.
That is who I expect him to be when I see him in a movie, and he played himself wonderfully. But you know, I think and I know that again, I don't think the cast was chosen based on the fact that they couldn't act. From reading some interviews, they were chosen because he wanted to go for an Aryan look.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight now I get that. Unfortunately, they cast a bunch of people who couldn't act.
Yeah.
Or at least at that point. They were just and especially Casper Van Dien, Dina Meyer and Denise Richards were all just awful. They were just awful in the movie. Jake Busey was to a point, but he was also chewing up the scenery a little bit.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Busey.
Like he was doing his thing, and it worked.
Chews up the scenery,
right? Yeah. Michael Ironside, Clancy Brown as well was playing Clancy Brown. That's fine. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I forgot Hank was in it.
The three main
Dean Norris.
Huh?
Is that Dean Norris?
What's his name? The guy who played Hank on Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw Breaking Bad.
You haven't seen Breaking Bad?
No.
Oh goodness.
No. I had forgotten that he was in this too.
You should.
But anyway, I mean, you take Neil Patrick Harris out of it too, because he doesn't spend a lot of time in the movie. The three main characters are so hard to watch, and they have
unlikable,
and they have no chemistry at all.
No.
The only way that works is for the first part of the movie when Dizzy is throwing herself at Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the lack of chemistry works because he doesn't show interest, right? But even then, when they get together, they don't have any chemistry. And her death scene is so hard to watch for all the wrong reasons. It's just like, my God. And even that, I think if they managed to find 3 actors who could pull it off, it would have made it a better film. I would have been okay. I mean, I'll sit and watch Rambo and Commando and Predator and all that stuff. And they don't have any major messages to deal with either. And I don't care because they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
I find Starship Troopers just isn't even fun to watch. That's my
there's only one battle scene here that is fun to watch, in my opinion. And it's the one where Rico rides on top of that bug and throws the grenade.
I remember cringing when I was watching that.
The rest of it to me isn't really that interesting. It's just they get overrun with bugs and that's the end of it, really. And once the Roughnecks come out, it's so funny. Like the battle that they lost, they were overrun. When the Roughnecks come back, they're only fighting like a half dozen bugs. So it's not nearly as exciting and there's really nothing happening there. Anyway, I didn't think the action parts was that great either. But I enjoyed the movie. I still
thought the special effects were great. For 1997, I thought the bugs looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. They do.
And they've actually aged pretty well.
What's crazy is that the couple special effects that I thought didn't age gracefully
were the ones.
What's that?
Are the practical ones?
Just some of the like explosion effects where you could tell that it kind of green screened in.
Yeah.
Like those didn't look that good, but the bugs still all look really good.
Mostly looks great.
Yeah. Special effects definitely hold up.
It sounds like I didn't like the movie a second time, but I did. I was entertained by it. And that also comes down to Helldivers 2. Which also, by the way, let me just say, Helldivers 2 is so over the top in its depiction of propaganda and fascism. But you go on the subreddit for that game, or you go into any discussion of that game, and there are people who that just flies right over their head.
Of course.
It's
not even thinking about that whatsoever, even though it is for sure played for humor, for.
One of the things that I think, again, was kind of missed out on, and this was also intentional. I do know that because, again, Verhoeven said that he wanted to, and I didn't know this at the time, but reading it now, that he wanted to cast people based on sort of an Aryan look. He wanted them young and white and beautiful, basically. But I mean, one of the things from the book was that I think the fact that Rico is actually not white in the book is kind of a big reveal at the end of the book. Like you go through not knowing that, right? So the fact that they cast Casper Van Dien in that role kind of killed that element of it as well. But I will say that the other thing that it ended up doing, and this is probably not something that bothers you guys as much as it bothers me, and I dare say a lot of other people in the world, is because of the way that they were cast, this movie very much falls in the whole America saves the day trope, which definitely. We'd also just gone through with ID4 at the time.
Yep.
And I know I'm probably not the same as everyone. I'm sure everyone doesn't have a low tolerance for that, but I know, especially in the late 90s, ID4 was the main offender I can think of, but I was just kind of so over that at that point where it's I really don't want to go watch another movie where America saves the world or the universe, and it's not necessarily called out in the film at all, but because of the casting, that's how it feels. That's how it felt when I watched it. So that's kind of another element that I think I really turned me off from the film when the first time I saw it. Watching it again, trying to go in with an open mind, and going in now in hindsight, reading all the interviews over the years and all the arguments for what this movie's trying to say, I do see it, but I still don't think it's a very good movie.
I think it would be very interesting to see a remake of this movie and what direction it would be taken without Verhoeven.
Yeah, me too. I think there could be something really, really good there.
I think there is a message here. I think there is something that could be conveyed to the audience more than it is. And I know that's probably not what Phil wants to hear because he thinks it's obvious. But, but I think especially now when we're living in a time where fascism seems to be, dare I say, on the rise and people aren't as vigilant as they should be in tamping it down, like those kids who stomped those bugs. Like I feel like
I mean, those kids are being trained.
I was going to say that you did not get the message on that.
You understand that the
message
of that scene, yes?
Yeah,
I do understand that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it could be interesting to see what a remake of that could look like.
Speaking of,
you think those were real bugs, by the way?
Yeah, I think they were.
Was there a
they make
ethically treated animals message at the end?
I don't know. I think it might have been a little early for that. I think they probably had stunt roaches filled with goo. I don't think
they probably did.
I don't think in '97 you could get away with legitimate killing animals on screen.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of,
I'd have to look at the credits though to see if any animals were harmed in the filming.
Yeah. Speaking of excellent science fiction movies that you guys don't appreciate, I watched Dune again the other night.
The new one,
the old one, or the new one?
The new one in preparation for Dune 2.
I haven't seen any of the Dune.
My crew went and watched Dune 2 this morning, and I wasn't invited.
Good. You don't deserve to be.
I didn't want to be.
Good.
I slept in. It was either sleep in the theater or sleep in my bed, and I chose my bed.
Wow.
I think this was
I would like to see it.
I think this was the third time I've seen the new Dune, and it still wows me every time.
It's a very pretty movie.
It is. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm stoked to see the new one. So
it's getting a lot of positive reviews.
I know.
Sure. Yeah.
So, well, there we go.
Yes. All right, we did it.
Nothing changed. CJ likes it a little more this time.
I do like it a little more. Thank you.
And I learned that I was right all the time.
Only because he played a game that kind of rips it off.
I love that. That's the reason you like it a little more.
Of course it is.
I just love it. It has nothing to do with the movie. It has everything to do with the game you're playing right now, and that's fine.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Oh boy,
because it has reframed the film for me.
There you go.
Who knew? Back in 1997, Paul Verhoeven was
correcting
Verhoeven's
creating
mistakes. A Helldivers. Yeah.
I wish the people who wrote the dialogue in Helldivers 2 could do a remake of Starship Troopers and make it a film. I think Casper Van Dien actually reached out to the studio head at Arrowhead for exactly that kind of thing.
But you know how angry Verhoeven would be if you were to go up to him and say, your movie would be a lot better if the dialogue was more like a video game. I can only imagine that he wouldn't stop punching you.
Again, more misses than hits.
Oh my god.
More misses than hits. Yeah, I hated Hollow Man. Hollow Man, one of the worst films I've seen.
I get wanting to like Verhoeven films because I loved RoboCop.
Yeah.
I saw Showgirls in the theater.
Me too.
Well, that was your mistake.
Yeah.
I loved RoboCop. I loved Total Recall. I wanted to like Verhoeven movies. I have not seen another Verhoeven movie. I haven't seen all, but I've not seen another one that I liked.
No one said you have to like all of them.
Me neither.
No one says they're all good.
Yeah.
No director makes all good movies.
There's more bad than good is what I'm saying in his library.
That's going to happen, but the ones that are good are good.
All righty. Well, hey, thank you, supporters, for enduring this episode of the after show.
Now let's never speak of it again.
Let's never speak of it again.
So who's right here, everyone? Head to our Discord. Tell us who's right.
Let's hear a bunch of people. Yeah, that should be. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
go
be
to our
good.
Discord. We have a patrons hangout channel. Go in there. Tell us who you thought was right, or you can just say it in the player one
Or
channel too.
who's the most handsome? You can tell us that too.
That's right. You
The
can.
answer is none of us.
The
We're
answer
all equally hideous.
is none.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you very much, Patreon supporters, for supporting the show. You make all of this fun stuff possible. And if you have an idea for a quiz or perhaps a topic that you'd like us to tackle during an after show like this, you can email that to player1podcast@gmail.com. We'll play your game on the show. Maybe we'll tackle a topic or two as well.
Or send in some topic ideas.
Or send in some topic ideas.
Let's debate the 1993 Super Mario movie.
We could do that.
It's brilliant.
You're gonna make me go watch that now too.
I think the first time I saw that was when we were roommates, Phil.
What's that?
I did not see it in 1993.
Oh, really?
I did not see it until it came out on DVD, I think, or maybe.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I had not seen it when it was originally out. But anyway,
speaking of 4K Blu-rays,
there's one of those.
I recently got the Super Mario Brothers movie imported from Australia in 4K.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listeners, reach out. Tell us what you thought and what your ideas are for more episodes like this. And we'll probably pick another year to discuss, like we did last month, and do one of these after shows on that too soon. But I hope everybody out there in Radio Land is safe and well. Hope your family, friends, loved ones are safe and well as well. And we will talk at you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.